While he's getting that set, guys.
Hello and welcome, guys. Live on the World Crypto Network here again. We are joined with the one and only Rico, Coin Report from Paris. How are you doing, Rico?
I am doing good. Bonsoir tout le monde, bon après-midi, and bonsoir for those of you in America. Good evening. It's good to see you, Max. Good haircut, man.
Oh, it really is good to see you, right? And it's nice to continue this discussion about the well. Okay, first, I tried doing this show a couple hours ago. I realized that I had the microphone not plugged in, which is of course then quite a silent movie and not too good for a talk show. So let's try this again. This time with better internet connection, because guess what? You know where I am here when you see the hammock. I'm back in my hometown. And I so much love this hammock, and it's really tough sleeping without it. It's not good for your back. No. Well, so you have me here freshly energized because of that hammock, and let's get into it.
I was gonna say, before we get into it, I wanted to make a quick announcement to my audience who's listening, and also Max's audience and fans. We are going to be doing a collaboration at the Baltic in Riga for the Honey Badger to be talking to some of the biggest names in crypto right now in 2018. So I'm really excited to get this thing going. I'm excited to just travel outside my space in Europe, and I'm really excited to see and rub shoulders and converse with some of the biggest names. I'm excited to hear from Safadine Amos. I'm excited to hear and see from Tone Vase what he's going to bring. Elizabeth Stark, awesome. You've got Vortex, fan, a longtime watcher, and just some. Go ahead,
guys. Do you see this panel? I'm sorry, but we got Adam Back. Okay, that guy pretty much invented Bitcoin before it was invented, right? We got the best economist in Bitcoin by far. I've got one of the cool cypherpunks, a couple amazing developers, Eric Lombroso, great guy for the user-activated soft fork and SegWit, right? Who else is like all of them are amazing. Eric Voskuil, that's amazing. Matt Carolla, of course, one of the bright young minds here in Bitcoin. Jameson Lopp, amazing guy as well. This panel is just all-star.
It's insane, and we talked about this offline, and we finally have gone down the decisions. We've got our books, our air tickets booked. We've got our tickets booked. We talked even about how buying it, whether you use Satoshis or your fiat. And more so, we talked about the fact that we're going to be amongst the smartest when it comes to crypto in one space. This is going to be like, when it comes to knowledge, I have this idea that maybe Andreas will be making an appearance. I guess.
He was there last year. Let's hope he makes the surprise appearance. We don't know. It's not yet announced, so maybe they're going to keep the best for last.
But here's the thing for the audience. We're going to bring it to you guys. We're bringing Riga to you guys. I mean, this is going to be great. And we'll be collaborating in person, which is going to be a new thing for both of us, I think.
Oh, yeah. Finally meeting in person. That's the thing of all these crazy internet people. They're only on the screen. And then experiencing them in real life and actually seeing them and touching them.
And interviewing them and hearing them with questions that haven't been scripted. To like, you're literally on when you brought the Mises Institute down in Auburn, Georgia?
Auburn, Alabama.
Alabama, thank you. In Auburn, there we go. Alabama, football country. Some of the smartest people in America are doing excellent work, and you got to bring them to the screen. So exactly. I was really excited to see that. I learned a lot.
So we're going to make a bunch of shows there because a bunch of people will be there. And first, of course, we want to try to get all the, the speakers, the panelists somehow in front of the camera and ask them a couple questions about the talks that they gave. But because you already can watch those live streams with these people, more importantly, what I would like to do again, just like I did at the Mises University, is additionally to the speakers and professors there, bring you the audience, the people who are attending, because these are more often than not even more smart and more genius than the speakers themselves. And conversations with these guys is just as enlightening.
Well, they are us. They're literally you and me, They're exactly. Like-minded people, and that's the best thing. So we'll bring this to you guys on all the networks we can, and as possible, we'll be tweeting like it. So Tweeting Frenzy Weekend in the last weekend of September. That is going to be, for anybody who's looking for it, it's going to be the 21st Actually, it's the 22nd it starts, but we're meeting on the 21st. We'll be collaborating and doing some, searching around. Actually, I think we're both getting there around 10 o'clock. But either way, guys, we're excited to bring this stuff to you guys. And it's going to be a chance for you guys to get your questions in. And also, don't be scared to participate in the chat, okay? If you guys have questions you are dying for us to get to, put them in the chat. I haven't enabled Super Chat yet because I don't want to monetize my system, but I've been thinking about it, and we'll see. So it's going to be an exciting end of September going into the fall and the end of the year.
Oh, absolutely. This is really one event that I'm so much looking forward to. Ever since November, when I bought the ticket, of course, with Bitcoin, pretty much at the all-time high. Plus, I got the student discount because these are amazing people, and I'm really looking forward to this show.
Well, here's a story really quick. I bought mine with Satoshis, and we had talked about that. And I got the late batch fee, the late bird, and I was like, I don't want to, use my Satoshis. But the market was at the very high upflux, and I saw it drop, and the amount of Satoshis that I used compared to what it could have been is so much lower. So I was like, I actually I bought it for not for what it was. Just I got a killer deal, and I should have bought it when it was $250. I don't have a student discount or any of that, but good for you for the student discount. That is, you can't say no.
Exactly, right? And I especially thank the organizers for providing it, because that's always nice. But today we are going to talk about the one and only Purism, because this is such an interesting company and such an interesting organization. And of course, you guys know this because we have already showed you here this Tallycoin fundraiser that you can find at tallyco.in/Purism. And right here, you can donate to the fundraiser to get you an in-depth video analysis series, not just one video, but many videos on this amazing product here. And this video right here is kind of the introduction to this new series, where we're going to talk about this company, what it does, what it stands for, and then eventually, when we've raised enough money and we can get one of these products, we're going to do an in-depth research of how it actually is. So right here on Twitter, it says the Purism. We make laptops and have begun work on a smartphone. Really interesting. They are all designed to protect your security and respect your privacy and freedom. And that is what Purism is really all about. It is this company that gives you the opportunity of taking back ownership over your computer and hardware. So that is absolutely amazing, and I love that slogan.
It's an amazing thing. I think that people coming to the market of creating the computers is genius because it decentralizes the entire market. It doesn't need to be in Silicon Valley. It can be in Norway, in the middle of somewhere in Iceland, or in your own neighborhood,
Exactly, right? And if you go to their website, puri.sm, you can see again here that they believe people should have secure devices, right? It's because we do a lot with these devices. They are our everyday companions, and we need them that they protect us rather than exploit us.
Right.
And to that purpose, Purism provides everything the people need in a convenient, that's important, hardware and software product. We offer high quality privacy, security, and freedom-focused computers and softwares. Doesn't it sound amazing?
Sounds so sound. It sounds so good, man.
Right?
I've been thinking because I need to upgrade my systems. I'm on 3 different computers, like a tablet and 1 Windows and 1 Mac, and I'm projecting as well. So that's quite nice too. But point in case is I just want one that does it all,
Exactly, right? Yeah. And the cool thing is that right now they have right here this back to school Hillebrand sale where you can save between $100 and $480 on the selected Hillebrand 13 and 15 configurations. Isn't that cool? So if you guys could buy up this entire fundraiser here, then before we all have to go back to school, right? Then we could actually get quite a steep discount on this thing. And when talking about this fundraiser, I really want to thank you guys for supporting this. And I especially want to thank you the last donation from this guy or girl here, who did with 3 inputs a couple days ago, sent 0.032 Bitcoin. Isn't that fantastic? Man? Thank you so much.
Wow,
That's quite a few satoshis.
Nice. That's super nice. Yeah, that might have been a price of one of those tickets. You know, that's super nice. I mean, that's true encouragement into the audience. That means this guy's extending, this girl, sorry, I don't know, this person is extending themselves out and showing support, and they believe in you, Max, and I do too. So good on you, man. It's an applaud from somebody that's in your peers.
Well, thank you very much, Rico, and that's really, it's just nice to see that there is this kind of support, and that's fantastic. What I would like to point out, though, is that I'm like this time at the fundraiser, I'm really proud about all these people here who all are running the newest version of Bitcoin with here either a SegWit address that starts with 3, or even better, a BEC32 address, the native SegWit format that starts with BC1. That makes it much cheaper for me to spend all these UTXOs now, and much easier, and of course saves a bunch of block space. So that is fantastic. So fellow right here, I thank you so much for this donation, but I really encourage you to upgrade your Bitcoin client and your wallet. Use green address, use Samurai, or on your ledger, right? You can upgrade to SegWit, and you can save a bunch of fees. So that will be fantastic.
It's good to save money in the sound money. It's good to be ahead of the curve.
Exactly. And do you really want to waste your satoshis on fees? No, you don't, right?
Yeah, we should do a whole episode on that, maybe in this whole decentralized information whole chapter.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That would be so smart, because there's just people don't know, you know.
Exactly. And maybe so first to go back to the Purism, what is it all about? Of course, it's a freedom-focused computer manufacturer based in Silicon Valley, and not too old, actually, 4 years now, so almost their 5-year anniversary. And they are combining the philosophies, and it really is a philosophical organizational movement of the free and libre software movement with hardware manufacturing process. Because the problem with open source and libre software is, well, that it's software, right? And although you can kind of trust the software because you know the source code of it, you do not, or you cannot trust your hardware running this secure software. Because what is if there's a backdoor in your hardware that you are not aware of, right? That means that you could be exploited.
Absolutely. That's what we're talking about in this day and age. And that's why I love cryptos, because it does not allow these backdoors to happen. It's not saying somebody else can go and inflate Bitcoin. No. You are the holder. You are responsible. There's no, we're all responsible. And this guy is taking it upon himself to create a charge to blaze the trails and create what we all really want, you know? So good on him.
Exactly, right? And it really is key that it is easy for individuals and businesses to use the computers that they can trust and feel safe using. So absolutely, security has to be convenient.
Yes.
Because if it's not the standard and if it's not convenient, well, then people will not use it. So that just kind of sucks.
Yeah, we want to use stuff. We don't want to feel like we're forced to use it. And people, I mean, look at Linux and the whole offline, I mean, self-programming system like Android. These people are more using that than they are using Apple, because they can use, they're allowed to. Whereas Microsoft and Apple and IBM and it's controlling it all, and it's not about the peers. It's just about the control, in the market.
Right. Exactly. And you know how Purism funded itself is actually quite interesting, because they are a 100% crowd-funded campaign that they did in 2015, where they raised $1 million. Just like money. Thomas is trying to do here with his $1 million fundraiser.
He might make it.
Well, yeah, he has 0.06%, and has
one step forward.
Exactly, right? Already a couple Satoshis here.
There we
So
go.
that's all you need. Isn't that nice?
Small bit of traction and a little bit of momentum, and you might have something that comes. You get a little bit per day, and it turns out it's dollar cost average, zero cost average, whatever you want to do. And you can literally do this in your time as well, like with your studies of something, and being like, I'm going to work less in this and do more of this and get better results.
Exactly, right?
Yes.
And yeah, absolutely. And the cool thing is that, or let's just read this quote because I really like this.
Okay.
That Purism's Librum, which is a combined Latin word meaning freedom book, is a line of computer hardware and bundled software funded entirely by the people for the people. Our ultimate goal at Purism is to facilitate the wisdom and resources of the crowd to co-create a new kind of computer company where core values of freedom, privacy, and security improve the world for a better. And that's from the CEO, Todd Weaver.
I like it. Sounds beyond sound. He's being very specific. He's telling you exactly what it is. There's no marble jungle, big words, and that's what we need. We don't need big words, you guys. We need not transition, but we do need transition. But we need to be able to have transparency.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, exactly. And that is what Purism is all about. The users have a right to privacy, security, and freedom. Right? It's not just that this is something that they come up with and say that this is important. No, on the contrary, this is something that is so important to our liberties and to our freedom that we have privacy and that we are secure of being violated of this privacy. So, we need weapons to defend ourselves.
Exactly. You said it so well. You said it so well. The Bitcoin is a weapon, and it's a protection. It's all the same thing. Just talked about this in my pre-hosting show about what you say this all the time, that it is a means to protect ourselves and your wealth, because that is your. Omnifin said this earlier, not Omnifin, but I saw this earlier on Twitter, and it was the currency of time. The currency of time is the life currency. It's the currency of life. Okay, your time is the more that you spend your time doing something, the more that your life is going to be used up. Period. And it's never ending. I mean, it is ending, but eventually. And that's the currency of time. The currency of life is time.
Exactly. And that's why we say to spend time or to pay attention. So time, your attention, is fundamentally a currency, right? It's something that you can exchange with others, right? You do a favor to them, they do a favor to you. So it is, let's say, a universal currency.
Right.
It might not be as useful, as Bitcoin, because you cannot really store it. You have to pay attention to something at any time. But it is one type of currency.
Absolutely. It is. And that's why we have money, because money is that international, or it's a means of exchange. It's a good for means of exchange. We need something to be able to say, this is what your time is worth. Like, let's say you do a project for somebody, they need to pay you in some kind of money for your time. So that's literally what it comes down to. We're not paying, even with honey, with food, anything you want to pay for, that is based off of time and what somebody's worth. And I know this because I get paid by the hour, like a lawyer, and the lawyer's fees are insane. What they get in America, in Australia, and New Zealand, it's a black market on money, honestly, and services. But for 1 hour, and so you start to realize, what is my time's worth? How long does it get me to get there? Am I getting my money's worth going to work for this amount of time? Am I getting that much money back? It's literally an algorithm. Each person, and we're not taught this. We're not taught anything about money. We're just pushed into the street, and hopefully you don't get hit by a car,
Exactly. Absolutely. And just as Bitcoin is really ambitious, so is Purism. They are pushing, and they quote, the most ambitious hardware and software liberation effort ever undertaken, with a strong focus on security. And this truly is a liberation effort. Because guess what? Your computer right now is not libre. It is not free. It is being controlled, right? There are many backdoors, and we know that. So we have to fight against that. And this is why this Purism product is so amazing.
Yeah.
And maybe let's get directly into the products. So we're going to talk about this amazing Librem phone in just a second. But first, let's watch this brief video here on the laptop line from Purism. Doesn't it look fantastically slick? It's all this matte black, super elegant and minimalistic design, but it packs a punch, right? And there it is, there it opens. You see, this key right here is usually the Windows key or the Mac key. But because they are such a minimalistic design company, they said, screw that. We're not going to put our logo on everything so that your attention is being drawn away. No, we're going to make a nice, simple rectangle. Easy, clean, elegant. I love it.
I do too. It's beautiful.
The touchpad is also amazing. Quite big and super functional.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than the MacBooks.
Yep.
How big is the frame on this one? Do you know?
There are two different variants here, a 13 and a 15-inch.
It looks like a 19, to be honest with you, but I would have gotten 19. But 15, yeah. 15 is really all you need. 17 would be nice, but you know, they go 19.
And as you see here on the back, same. Matte black, no logo, no nothing. Minimalist design. This is no bullshit. It's a high-quality, elegant solution. It doesn't need high-level marketing because it just is a damn good product. And that's all it needs to be.
Okay. I think I lost you, Max.
I'm still there.
Oh, no, in Jitsi.
Oh,
no, you're good. Sorry about that. Somebody else jumped in.
So, you know, this is what this laptop is all about. It is a minimalist design and it is super elegant. So there are 3 different products for the laptop verification right now. They started out with the Librem 13, where they initially raised the $1 million.
Yes.
And that's when they had here this 13-inch model. Later, they made the Librem 15, which is, or first, the Librem 13 is now in the 7th batch. The Librem 15 is in the 5th batch. And about to be announced is the Librem 11, which is this artist's canvas, this kind of tablet thing, quite nice. And you know, the thing with open source software is that it has to be improved and updated and bug fixed all the time, constantly, right? And of course, you can easily do this with software because you can download this upgrade over the internet, right, and just install it on your machine. Perfectly fine. But how are you going to do this with a hardware, right?
Right.
So if you produce a laptop and there's a little bug in there, well, what are you going to do? You cannot upgrade it wirelessly, right? You would have to pull it back and into the manufacturing shop and fix it there, which is, of course, quite expensive. And so what they did, they just, every time they sell a batch of produced laptops, they improve them. They bug fix them. And they add just this little tiny minute detail that makes it so much better. And with each batch, this product gets better and better and more robust and more secure.
And I think one of the most beautiful things about this is the simplicity. It's not really trying to sell some kind of image of, look at this MacBook, it's got a big Mac on it, or a good Apple on it, and that's what the light is, and that's the source for it, so you have to look at it, or all these things. I mean, that's what people are trying to sell now. It's not like you go somewhere and it's even with Starbucks, you get a cup of Starbucks coffee and people know exactly. You can't hide the logo on it, and you can't hide these logos, and they're selling themselves, whether it's a Samsung, whether it's an Apple, people know. And it's nice to have something that's not a big selling product where you're, you know, like, look at this marketing tool. It's just use scalability, what we want, what we need, and you're going to get into the details of the actual security in a second. So I do like the physical aspects of it, though. It's perfect in what you need in simplicity.
Right? Absolutely. I agree. And this simplicity is quite beautiful and quite elegant. And maybe to go just a little bit into these specs, Of course, here the CPU is quite a powerhouse. The graphics card is also quite a powerhouse. And by the way, those are the same for the 13 and the 15 version. And you can get up to 16 gigabytes of RAM, also the same with those two versions. And you see this highly visible branding? Nope, nope, and nope. So absolutely, this is a minimalist design in this amazing black anodized aluminum. It just looks super slick, matte black, everything. I love it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, if you could start using that, then I'd feel more secure, and I would feel more humble, because even if most people aren't going to know what it is, but if somebody does know what they're going to give you kind of this, idea that you actually take computing seriously. And Macs are secured, and to an extent, but you are the product. So by just using them, you've already just by using them, you've given them all the information they need. Whereas Microsoft, you have to constantly update and stuff, and people are like, no, the updates are, they need it, or the system starts to crash, and it's absolutely. But with the updates, what's happening in this transitional phase? What's really happening, and it's quite interesting how the updates affect a lot of your other applications. So we don't know these backdoors are, and this is really nice that they made it so it's not like that.
Absolutely, right? There are no back doors. That's the cool thing, because all doors are open. It's open source, right?
Mm-hmm. What does the chat think about it? Let's see. It's all black. I go and buy, says Foxquate.
And I agree with him here. Anything that is matte black is amazing.
Yeah, I would like maybe like a carbon blend or something, a carbon finish, because there's so much you can do with it. But maybe, and I do like just the aluminum, obviously, because I'm stuck to I've got a MacBook. But the Airs are nice because they've got the titanium or the alloy. I guess it wouldn't be titanium; it's probably alloy because it's super light. But yeah, plastic. Is it plastic or is it metal?
Oh, it is metal. It's aluminum.
Okay, then there we go. That's all that matters. You can't have plastic.
Quality.
There you go.
Super high quality. I had it in my hands once. It feels amazing. It really is.
Also, I was going to say is it's got the flip switch, the screen, just the tablet, which I have as well. I have a tablet with Microsoft on it, which is nice.
The tablet is quite nice, right? And to the screen size, they are actually a bit bigger, 13.3 inches and 15.6 inches. So it is actually quite a large screen. And I really like this matte display because even in really high lights, when you're outside, it still looks perfectly fine. And the quality of the display was astonishingly good. I really like that.
That's so good.
And now to the really cool part. This might be one of my favorite things. Here, a radio hardwire kill switch and a microphone and camera hardwire kill switch. Yes, on all three products. What does this mean? I think there is a video somewhere where they specifically show how this works. It is really cool that they that you have the ability of simply switching off with the physical button right here your radio, your Bluetooth, your wireless internet connection, your camera, and your microphone. And we see here in this video how this works, right? You can see him here live. That's the CEO of Purism. He's going to kill the switch, and there it's gone. No electricity to the camera anymore. He turns it on, back electricity is going to flow.
Yeah.
And there he is smiling. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we should do a video of him, the gentleman that was doing the videos, or not the unboxing, but just him talking about the specifications of it all. It's quite interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
And what I really like that on the phone, which we're going to talk about in a second, they further have a kill switch for all cellular data. That means no incoming calls, no outgoing calls, and a GPS receiver. And now let's just repeat what this means. With this product line, you have the ability with a physical button to turn off your internet connection, your Bluetooth connection, so no hacker can access your device from the outside or can send data from your phone to an external server. Then you have the kill switch for the camera and microphone, so nobody can see you and spy on you when you take a shower and listen to you when you have your nighttime story. But then further, they cannot even track your calls, and they do not know where you are.
Right.
With a physical kill switch that you can be 100% sure that it actually works because it is open source.
That's insane. I mean, they're doing exactly what we want them to be doing, just taking care of the product. I mean, the consumer, not selling us, but like taking care of us.
Exactly, absolutely. And Tim Kufer asks in the chat, is there a special open source operating system? And yes, this is running their own user-friendly, secure, and freedom-respecting operating system. It's called Pure OS, and it gives you full control over your digital life. It is of course free and Libre software that is a derivative of Debian, which is of course GNU or Linux.
There we go.
And it is cutting-edge technology and security and privacy focused. So as you see, I'm running, of course, open source software here. I'm running Ubuntu, which is amazing. I like it quite a lot. And only because this is here, you could download this Pure OS right now on your computer and install it already, or you could use on this Librem laptop. You could use a different operating system at any time. You have full control. It just comes shipped with this. And if you don't like the operating system, switch it, right? That's the cool thing with open source software. You are in full control.
Absolutely. It's a great idea. I don't know why people aren't doing this more often. Probably because it's not such a big thing in this economy of computers, which is control as well. But I was going to say is we should show the video. Well, I was actually, no, maybe not. I was looking at another YouTube video. It says computers that don't track you, and they're literally just talking about how this system is made to not track you. These kill switches are made to help securitize all your information, and if you're even being hacked, you can just push it, and it stops. It's a kill switch for any interaction through the web or data.
Right, exactly, absolutely. And that's what it is all about. And in the chat, where was it? Where can I find it? Someone asked how this is all related to Bitcoin. That was Des Kenny in the chat. And then right now, Tim Kufer said, does it come with an integrated hardware wallet? This is, of course, one thing that you could do is put a hardware wallet right in here. Already a secure enclave that protects your private keys. The thing with this is a hardware wallet is especially secure because it is a second device. It is a second factor. So an integrated hardware wallet into your device, I don't think is that useful because you want to have the second factor for maximum security.
Yeah.
But now get this, what you can do, especially here with the kill switches. You could easily, shut off your wireless and your Bluetooth, your camera and your microphone, and you know that you are 100% offline, right? Maybe then plug in a Tails USB stick to be even more secure, and then generate your private key for your paper wallet. In this 100% open source hardware, where you know where every wire in this frame is, and you know that you are offline and off the grid. Then you can generate your private key, have pretty much the most secure paper wallet that you can get.
Right.
So absolutely, this is 100% useful for Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's pretty much a means for all case use scenario, whether you are just a small time YouTube watcher or you are avid Facebook user, or to the levels of you are programming blockchain networks and you are talking about some very high in-depth stuff that you're not ready to put on GitHub, and you want to release things and you want to make change, and if you want to feel securitized. Bottom line, security, use scalability, and these aspects that this thing has it's powerful. I mean, the largest one is only 32 gigabytes. You can always get like a hard drive, but it's not really about the memory. It's more about the OS, the operating system that's on it. It's Debian, so it's all peer-to-peer. You can upload your own stuff if you know what you're doing.
Oh, absolutely, right? And of course, what they're doing right now is they have done the fundraiser for this Librem 5, a security and privacy focused phone. Their goal was $1.5 million, but they actually raised $2.6 million.
That's beautiful.
So, they have their raised percentage at 177%. We have our raised percentage at 16%. So guys, they have 10x our raised percentage. And if you want to minimize that, you can donate right now to this address, and maybe we can 10x their raised percentage so that we fund 1,700% of this fundraiser. Might be a possibility. You could do it now.
That is insane. And what is this new cell phone about? I'm sure you're going to tell us.
Well, can you hear that audio?
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, no, I can't hear the audio now. Sorry.
Okay, he's saying that they're in the middle of a digital rights revolution.
Oh, do you want me to put it on mine?
And this phone does not track you.
You know what? This guy...
distribution. It will not wholesale or gobble up your data. It will not lock you into an ecosystem. It will not require you to enter your name or banking system. This phone is built to protect you. It will never exploit you. And do you see this, guys? You can connect your phone with a cable to this monitor and have a keyboard and mouse, and then use this hardware here as your main station on the big screen. Isn't that amazing?
Insane. That's exactly what we've been looking for.
This is a phone by the people, for the people.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to build products. Yes, they do. They are user protecting. This is peace of mind, and it does not track you. This is the Purism Librem 5, which is amazing, right?
Yes.
So what you can actually do here, let's see. Okay, right here. So just comparing the Purism Pure OS and the Apple iOS or Google Android. User controlled device, yep. Trackers disabled by default, yep. Privacy protection, yep. Does not track you, yep. Layered security protection, yep. Controlled source code, yep. GNU Linux, yep. Separated CPU from cellular baseband, right? Means that it cannot be that it cannot silently send data off your CPU. Nice. IP native communication first, yep. Decentralized communication by default, yep. Remind me again why Apple and Google Android is that good?
I have no... because they sell it. They sell us some idea that they're so great. It's so great because it's sexually pleasing to look at, these Samsungs and these new Apples. It's embedded in us.
Right? Exactly. And there are different things that you can get. You can either just donate a little bit and support them. And you get a t-shirt for that. Isn't that nice?
That's cool.
The Librem 5 will sell at roughly $600. January 2019 is a little bit. They already got 3,500 backers, right? Wow. And if you want to have this 24-inch monitor and this keyboard and mouse, it's going to be 1,400. So for 1,400, you pretty much get an amazing phone, plus the ability to connect it to pretty much a main station, right? With a screen, monitor, and keyboard and mouse.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
It's insane. And it's, I mean, you're getting a lot, so of course, but it's probably worth it if you're really into this, if that's something you're trying to get into.
Right? Of course, what you could also do is get here the enterprise bundle, get 10 Librem 5s, 1-year support contract, 3-year warranty, with 10 compatible 30-inch monitors, keyboards, and mice. Isn't that nice? They already got 8 people or 8 backers getting this, so that's fantastic.
That is incredible. Yeah, that's a really good thing. People can get in on this at such a low cost to them now before it becomes commercial line.
Right. Thing is, we're gonna need not 0.03 Bitcoin for that. We're gonna need 3 Bitcoin for that. So
that's okay. We're doing great, you guys. This is doing great. If you guys want to go over to Tallycoin and support the Purism Tallycoin that Max has started, we appreciate that. I was doing some research while you were talking on Todd Weaver. He's going to be speaking at the All Things Open conference, and he's going to be talking about the future of computing and why you should care. Okay, and that's what his name of what he's going to be doing a talk on. It's really cool. If you guys go on to Twitter, you can find him at it's at Purism, at PURI_SM, and just got this kind of, he just goes through the company. And yeah, All Things Open is going to be a decentralized way to get people's, it's kind of like TED Talks, but it's a little bit more radical, I guess. And well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with his this whole thing. You know, people are going to stop buying MacBooks. You're going to see a drop in the Apple stock. You're going to see a drop in the Microsoft stock. It already has, and IBM. And Android's doing as what it can, but it's only so good. You know, people are getting tired of kicking around Android and getting, you know, you lose stuff all the time on Android.